KCRA-3 News begins now.
This bullying video is spreading like wildfire on the web. Kids on a school bus mercilessly making fun of a monitor. More than 1 million people have now viewed that video on YouTube, and tonight the woman at the center of those verbal attacks is speaking out.
Some are demanding pretty harsh punishments for the kids who were involved, but as Deanna King reports, the bus monitor does not want to see the students charged.
Karen, you're fat. You're so fat. You take up like the whole entire seat. Oh, no. Oh my God, your glasses are foggy from your freaking sweat, you fat.
It's a disturbing video that has gone viral of school bus monitor Karen Klein being harassed by students from Greece Athena.
She might eat deodorant because she can't afford her own food. What are we doing? Your mom. Oh, well, he's dead. Kind of like you in a few years, you're old.
While one student records, others call her names, even threaten her life.
If I stab you in the stomach and my knife would go through you like butter.
And it's kind of scary, you know. I never thought anything like this would ever happen.
Klein, a grandmother, has been working in the district for 23 years, but felt like she had few options that day.
If you yank the phone out of his hand, then you get in trouble, you know. I thought I'd just let him go. And I just tried to ignore him.
Unless you have something nice to say, don't say anything about it.
How about you shut the up?
The district has launched an investigation and found other videos on YouTube. They are working to identify the students and say they will be disciplined.
We do not tolerate harassment of staff or students.
Greece police are also investigating, but at the same time are concerned about the safety of the students involved. People have been posting their names and addresses online.
There's people that are showing up here angry. We understand that. Give us time to look into the investigation. Please don't jump to conclusions. These are 13, 12-year-old kids.
Klein says she hopes the kids on this tape learn a lesson from this.
I hope you never do it again to anybody else.
Joining us live from our newsroom tonight is bullying expert Mary Kay Hull. She's the president and founder of Yoursphere.com, which is a social networking site for kids. So first of all, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me, Kelly.
Well, let's talk about this video. It's hard to watch, and we've been talking about bullying a lot here, but it's getting pretty bad, isn't it?
It is, and it's called cyberbaiting, and it's kids specifically bullying someone, Kelly, with the intention of filming it, getting them to respond, and posting it online to share with their friends.
It's sad because this isn't even kids and kids anymore. They're bullying an older woman here who's sitting there. I mean, do you think that she handled it the correct way?
You know, she really did. The first thing you don't want to do when you're being bullied is to respond. And she did a great job of keeping her composure. I did learn that she was worried about losing her job, but I do wish, as many others do, that she had told the school district and even the parents of the kids who were doing the bullying.
So talk about kind of the online aspect of this, because as you mentioned, I mean, kids now just take anything with their cameras like we do, and you can post it online. And that, do you think that that is making situations worse?
It is, but what we need to understand about these kids is that they've been participating on Facebook and on YouTube in online cultures that are ripe with expletives, ripe with disrespect, where cyberbullying, particularly among kids, is commonplace, and they're not held accountable for their actions. And they're certainly not being taught the importance of digital citizenship. And so when kids are a part of that adult-intended online culture that's very coarse, their actions are a direct consequence and a result of what they're exposed to online. And with YouTube, of course, a video sharing site, the more popular your videos are, you know, the more views you get. These kids chose to purposely put that video up so they could get attention, they could get acknowledgement from their peers. And Kelly, it's just so sad that the culture is one that our kids think that this is socially okay, because it's absolutely reprehensible.
You know, I think about the parents that are watching, the parents of other kids and the parents of the kids who did this, thinking, I can't believe my kid did this. What can parents honestly do day to day to not only teach their kids a lesson, but to get them to refrain from doing this kind of thing?
Well, it's both a learning opportunity and a teaching opportunity for parents. It's obviously a huge wake-up call for parents that that they need to understand, they need to know what their kids are doing online. They need to become digitally educated, digitally involved, and they need to understand that this culture is not one that's healthy for their kids. And if they want to make sure their kid isn't a participant, then they need to understand when they hand over that digital device, they allow their child access to a Facebook or a Twitter or a YouTube where it's not a kid intended, then they need to understand that they're taking personal responsibility, accepting personal responsibility for their child's actions when they use that digital device. So every parent tonight should go home and reiterate to their kids that being unkind, being disrespectful, being rude to any other person is not okay. But certainly you never use technology to hurt another person, to be disrespectful to another person, or unkind. And if 10 parents do that and something happens tomorrow and four of those kids that have been talked to stand up and speak out, then we can start to change the culture, Kelly, that we really absolutely have to for the well-being of our kids.
Good advice. Times are changing, and parents can check out your website, yoursphere.com. Great advice for parents looking on how to deal with this sort of situation. Thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Kelly.
Now, the issue of bullying is something that we at KCRA-3 we're taking very seriously. We're committed to covering, and we're going to tackle the topic throughout the summer and into next school year.